everybody. This is the 𝐷reamofC G1000 keyboard by Uuoeebb. It's a compact 60% keyboard with hot-swappable mechanical switches and a unique design. In today's video, I'll cover this keyboard's features and let you know if this product is a dream to behold or the stuff of nightmares. Welcome to the middle of nowhere. Jumping right in, when you open the box, you'll see the keyboard wrapped in a protective bag, and at the back you'll find the accessories that come with it. These include a USB Type-A to Type-C cable, which measures 158 centimeters or just over 5 feet. It has a Velcro strap for easy management, and the only downside to the cable, at least in my opinion, is that it's not braided. Also included is a keycap and key switch puller and some extra no-slip pads for the feet. Not a lot comes in the box, and conspicuously missing is a manual, and trying to find one online has proved rather fruitless, as Uuoeebb seems to be another alphabet soup company that has no real online presence. I'd really like access to a manual, even if online only, so I can learn what all the function keys do and how to best make use of the less obvious functionalities. Without a manual, it's been a lot of trial and error, which doesn't make for the best customer experience. Of course, your response to my complaint might simply be, Seth, don't be an idiot. It's just a keyboard. Surely all you have to do is plug in the USB cable and go to town. Normally you'd be right. However, this lovely keyboard can connect to your computer by USB, wirelessly with the 2.4 GHz dongle, or by Bluetooth. It also has adjustable RGB lighting and a function key to help you operate a variety of extra functions on some of the keys. Thankfully, many of the keycaps are nicely labeled, so figuring out what they do is pretty straightforward. Regardless, a manual would go a long way to fully informing me or anyone else who bought this product on what you can do with it. Moving on, here's a rundown of the 𝐷reamofC's features, looks, build quality, the keycaps and switches, the lighting, and how to connect it. As you can see, this is a rather small keyboard. It has 61 keys, many of which have extra functionalities when used in combination with the aforementioned function key. This includes controlling the lighting, volume adjustment, and also media controls. The keyboard housing is made from a thick, sturdy plastic that is dense and has zero flex to it, which is great. As for design, it's an Asian and oceanic stylized theme reminiscent of the Japanese painting by Hokusai, the Great Wave off Kanagawa. The design wraps around both the front and back of the keyboard, and it feels like it might be a vinyl wrap, as it has a glossy, grippy, and rubbery texture to it. Wrap or not, you'll want to be careful handling the keyboard so you don't mar it, especially if you use it when traveling. Personally, I love the design as it stands out from the mostly black keyboard landscape. If you're not a fan of it, there are two additional designs to choose from, Panda and Starry Night. On the bottom are 4 rubber no-slip pads to help prevent your keyboard from slipping across your desk as you type. Unfortunately, you cannot adjust the keyboard's height or angle, which for me is a knock in the negative column. The keycaps are double-shot PBT and are rather thick. They are concave and conform nicely to my fingertips. While stylized, the legend on each cap is easy to read and the letters are big. Unfortunately, the keycap legends are not see-through though, so the RGB lighting will not illuminate them, possibly making the keyboard harder to use in darker environments. However, I don't see this as too much of a negative unless you only ever use a keyboard in the dark and need to see which key you're punching. Not only is this keyboard mechanical, the switches are also hot-swappable. Considering its low cost, this is great to see. The switches also use Cherry MX style stems to connect the keycaps, which means you can replace them if you choose. The product page describes the switches as being yellow switches that have quick execution and are smooth and silent. While it is not detailed which brand of switch this keyboard uses, I will say they are very linear, have no real clickiness to them, don't have a noticeable tactile bump, and you don't have to bottom them out to actuate them. In terms of feel, they remind me of the Cherry MX red switches used in my Corsair K70 Mark II. The 𝐷reamofC is also splash resistant, and in an effort to mitigate sound, uses several layers of dampening material, including pour-on cotton, between the keyboard frame and PCB. There's also controllable RGB lighting. You can control brightness, animation speeds, and cycle through a variety of patterns and colors. It may take you some time to go through each mode and color until you settle on one you like, but I think it's worth it. Also of note, if you engage the caps lock key, the light under it turns red. However, your chosen color scheme will still illuminate over it, making the red light sometimes hard to see. The escape key also glows red to let you know the battery is low or when you're charging, and it turns off when the battery is at 100%. To control the lighting, you have 4 sets of keys to use in conjunction with the function key. The / key swaps modes, the tab key changes colors, the left and right brackets controls animation speeds, while the semicolon and quotation mark keys controls brightness. Overall, it's very easy to control the lighting for this keyboard, and the only thing I'd like to see is a way to save color and/or animation profiles so you can instantly go back to the lighting setting you like without cycling through everything. As for connecting the keyboard to your device, I was quite impressed this affordable peripheral allows for 3 modes of connection. You can connect by USB with the included cable, wirelessly using the included 2.4 GHz dongle, which is secured away nicely on the back, and finally you can connect via Bluetooth 5.0. There's even an on-off switch so you can save on battery life when not using it, or to prevent it from turning on if you accidentally press a key. Connecting the keyboard for any of the methods is very easy. For USB or wireless, first plug in the cable or dongle, then for all 3 methods, use the function key and associated connection key on the keyboard for immediate use or to begin the pairing process and then use it. Each connection key is clearly labeled, which is great. 2 very positive things to note: you can connect the keyboard up to 3 devices via Bluetooth, and you can also charge and use the keyboard simultaneously, something you can't always do with other wireless enabled keyboards or mice. This amount of versatility is quite impressive. Regarding the battery, I couldn't find any information on it on the product page, but on the label on the keyboard's back, it says it has a 100 mAh battery. While I'm unsure how many hours of use you can get out of a single charge, turn off the lighting to get the most out of it. That's it for the features. How is it to use this keyboard? Long story short, I really enjoy typing on the Dream FC, but it does have some pitfalls. Long story long, acclimating to the smaller keyboard has been pretty easy. Typing has been rather smooth, and I've not committed a ton of errors. I definitely enjoy the sound of each key as I type, which I describe as present and deep, but not annoying or too loud. The only key that sounds kind of off is the spacebar, as it sounds higher pitched, hollow, and almost flimsy compared to the other keys. It's that lack of sonic consistency that throws me off, but it's not too bad unless I focus on it. One thing that does contribute to a rougher typing experience is using the arrow keys to move the cursor, or in conjunction with the shift key to select text when typing. Because you have to use the function key to use the arrows, and then the shift key to select text, you're using 3 keys essentially, instead of 2, which is just not very intuitive or very comfortable, at least for me. When it comes to wireless or Bluetooth connection, I notice no delay between the key presses and seeing the letters appear on the screen. As for using this as a gaming keyboard, I think you'd do fine as long as you don't need the F keys, a tilde key, or any key that also needs the function key to activate, like the arrow keys. Shooters should be okay, but anything needing a lot of keys will require you to remap them in-game. Bottom line, if you need a more standard layout keyboard for your gaming experience, but you still want a keyboard with a smaller footprint, opt for an 80 or 75% keyboard. As of filming this video, you used to be able to buy the Dream FC for $49.99. I say used to because it no longer seems to be available. Having said that, the other design counterparts, Panda and Starry Night, are still available for purchase and are selling for $55.99. Either price puts these keyboards in a very good position with its competition as an affordable option for someone who wants a mechanical keyboard, would like a plethora of connection options,
What is a plethora?
and doesn't need all the keys of a larger keyboard. To sum it up, its positives are many. It's affordable, it's compact and sturdy, you can connect it a variety of ways, it has a unique, fun design, it has controllable RGB, the switches are mechanical and hot-swappable, it has good sound dampening, it has double-shot PBT keycaps, the typing experience is enjoyable and comfortable, and it sounds good. As for the negatives, while there aren't many, they are quite weighty when it comes to deciding whether or not to purchase this product. There's no manual, you can't adjust the height, and there's no wrist rest. The brand is unknown with no real web presence. There's no easy way to contact the company for support. Despite all the positives for this keyboard, I can't recommend it because I don't know who Uuoeebb is as a company, how to contact them, or how to get support should something go wrong with this keyboard within whatever the warranty period might be. Information which is also unknown. In fact, I already tried contacting the seller to see if I could get an online manual and have yet to hear back from them. It's been about 2-3 weeks. This speaks to the larger problem, not just with non-mainstream brands, but with Amazon and even Newegg. They continue to allow unknown, unvetted producers and sellers of products to use their platforms. This is why through my videos I try to teach you to be a discerning consumer, to do your research, weigh your options, know your needs, not to spend too much, and also know who you're buying from. be it the brand who makes the item or the seller selling it, if different. Researching a company to learn what they're about, what their history in the industry is, and their support infrastructure is as important as learning about the products you're wanting to buy. Unfortunately, in this instance, I didn't know either the seller or maker and merely saw a cool looking, affordable product. Bottom line, don't research just the products you're hunting for, also research the company that's making it. And that's all I have to say about the Dream of C keyboard. I wish I could recommend it, but I really can't. I'm pretty disappointed, but it's also a lesson learned. Beyond shady companies, what do you think of keyboards with these cool non-standard designs? Do you like them, or are you okay with sticking to standard black or white keyboards? Do you like compact keyboards, or do you prefer full-size or 10 keyless ones? Do you like to go even bigger and have rows of macro keys at your disposal? While I can see the appeal of smaller options, especially if space is limited, I like full-size keyboards. Having said that, if I needed a smaller option, I could see myself using an 80 or 75% keyboard. Regarding the more negative issue at hand, what are your thoughts on the crazy amount of unknown gibberish named companies selling products in places like Amazon or Newegg? What steps do you take to protect yourself from getting burned, and how do you discern between something legitimate and something that's shady or clearly a scam? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Finally, so I don't feel like I'm leaving you completely empty-handed in this review for a product that you most likely cannot or will not buy, I've put links in the description to keyboards by reputable brands that you can check out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit that like button if you found this video helpful or just liked what you saw, and feel free to share any comments or questions you have down below. Show your support for the channel by getting subscribed, and don't forget to hit that notifications icon so you don't miss out on any future content. And hey, while you're here, why not check out some of the other videos I've made? I'm Seth, and I'll see you next time in the middle of nowhere.